They say love doesn't die in a single day. It withers slowly, fading away under the weight of seemingly harmless excuses that quietly drain the trust between two hearts. You've heard them before, soft words that feel like a breeze, disguised as care and tenderness. Yet in truth, they are invisible blades cutting through the bond you thought was unbreakable. These aren't just words, they are calculated steps backward, an elegant retreat wrapped in the silk of gentleness. Today, on Shining Mirror-LVB, we will strip away the illusions and reveal the four sweetest, yet most dangerous, lies a woman might tell before betrayal. This is not about judgment, it's about clarity. Because in love, the greatest enemy is not the naked truth, but the lie dressed in the perfect disguise of affection and care. "I'm just not in the mood lately." It sounds harmless, like she's simply worn out from work, stress, or the everyday grind, and you want to believe that's all it is. But when love is still alive, it fights to break through exhaustion. A connected heart will still find ways to reach out, a smile in the chaos, a lingering touch, a moment of shared breath. The danger isn't in the excuse itself, it's in what follows. You start noticing she's less present. Her eyes avoid yours. Her hugs feel like polite gestures instead of genuine embraces. Yet, out in the world, she's glowing. Her hair is freshly styled, her outfit's sharper, her lipstick bolder, her eyes lit up, but not when she's with you. That kind of energy doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's being invested elsewhere, in someone or something beyond your shared space. Never confuse exhaustion with emotional withdrawal. Fatigue can be healed with love. Distance is fueled by silence and secrets. When a woman begins pouring her effort into the outside world more than into the bond you share, the thread between you is already fraying. Lesson: actions don't lie. Words can be tender, excuses can be flawless, but her eyes, her posture, the way she steps into the world, they whisper the truth. And those who are awake will not just listen, but watch, feel, and know when her heart has left long before her presence does. I just want to focus on myself. On the surface, it's a statement of personal empowerment, and truthfully, everyone has the right to grow, to invest in their own dreams. But here's the thing, genuine growth invites the person you love to walk alongside you. It seeks to share the joy, not shut the door. When that phrase comes with fewer conversations, fewer shared plans, and a growing sense that you've been moved from a partner to an observer, it's no longer self-improvement. It's a quiet relocation into a life being built without you in it. The most dangerous part, it happens in silence. There's no explosive fight, no dramatic breakup speech, just day by day, the distance stretches a little further. She calls it focusing on herself. But in reality, it's the overture to a silent divorce. Lesson: true self-growth doesn't exclude, it expands. If someone's personal development requires erasing you from the picture, take it as a sign. The relationship has already turned down a road you were never invited to travel. You're controlling. At first, it sounds like a reasonable protest. We all want freedom, no one likes to feel chained. But in a healthy relationship, care isn't a shackle, it's a bridge. A simple question like, "Where are you?" or "What time will you be home?" isn't meant to trap someone, it's meant to connect. To make sure they're safe, and to remind them they're not alone. When those questions suddenly spark anger, defensiveness, or even turn into accusations against you, it's time to pause and think. Innocent people embrace transparency because they have nothing to hide. But those with something to conceal see every question as a threat, every glance as a spotlight on their secrets. And to protect those secrets, they'll raise a shield labeled control to push you away. Lesson: strong resistance to ordinary questions often isn't about the question itself, it's about how close it comes to the truth. In love, the honest see transparency as peace, the guilty see it as danger. And when you hear, "You're controlling," paired with sudden, unjustified anger, it may be the sound of truth being hidden. We need to be honest with each other. It sounds like a declaration of fairness, a noble vow between two hearts ready to open their doors. But sometimes, it's not an invitation, it's a one-way ticket. You're asked to strip away every layer of defense. Reveal every detail, every thought, every shadow of your past, while she shares only what's been carefully curated, safe, and beneficial to her image. This is directed honesty. She controls the tempo, filters the content, and paints a picture that appears transparent. Yet behind that thin curtain lies an entire room you'll never see. You believe you're being trusted, growing closer, but in truth, you're stepping deeper into a stage she has set, where she holds the script and you play your part without realizing it. The danger of this tactic is that it creates the illusion of fairness. You willingly bare your soul, convinced that both of you are playing by the same rules, when in reality, those rules only apply to you. The more you reveal, the more leverage she gains, shaping the narrative in her favor with every piece of truth you hand over. Lesson: honesty without reciprocity is not connection, it's control dressed in the language of trust. In real love, transparency flows in both directions. If someone demands your truth but never offers one of equal weight in return, beware. You're not in a conversation, you're in an interrogation disguised as intimacy. The lies before betrayal are rarely loud. They whisper, they're polished, they're draped in the cloak of morality. Your mission isn't to become paranoid or suspicious of everything. It's to stay awake enough to notice the tiny cracks in the picture that once seemed perfect. Because when love turns into deception, the signs never vanish, they're always there, waiting for the one willing to see them. And remember this, you can forgive a painful truth, but it's far harder to survive a sweet lie quietly rotting away at your heart. Protect your heart, trust your gut, never mistake words for proof. And if you want to keep seeing deeper into human nature, to spot the hidden signals behind every phrase, stay with Shining Mirror-LVB. Hit subscribe, share this video, and never miss the truths life tries so hard to hide.